Hello, I'm Frost, and welcome to my in-depth series for Age of Wonders Planetfalls, where I look at the strategies and tactics using various factions with various secret tech. And with this episode, we are with the Vanguard and the Xenoplague. Okay, so welcome back. We're going to do a recap, as always. So we're at turn 38, and where we left off was that Vanessa was busy gaining lots of territory. So as you could see, I got myself 4 colonies. I've got Jubor, Autonville, Icton, and Warrington. And if we zoom in on Warrington right here, you can see that I'm busy building another colonizer. And the reason why is because now what I want to do is make sure that I start completing some sites. So notably over here, we've got the Peace and Justice installation. If we zoom out, you will see that it's a level 5 research, so I'll get plus 60 research and 6 slots as well for research. So when I start doing my specialization of my colonies, that's going to come in really handy. On top of that, there's also a bonus of food and production. I'm not so bothered about that one, but that one I definitely do want. Then over to this side, we got the Cyberbank BIOS. This is a level 4 and it gives me plus 40 production, and it's next to Jubor. So I can annex this as part of Jubor, and I've already got these bonuses for production here. So it's going to make Jubor a complete powerhouse of production. And then I've got some additional bonuses if I finish this site as well, which gives me some more research and food as well. Now at the moment I can actually annex the sector for Jubor, but I'm going to hold off because in 2 or 3 turns, hopefully I will have this completed. And then I can then annex it straight away so that I don't have to wait. So that's going to be the move to make with that. Now, I've got an army here that I'm going to take in. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mod my pustules. Whenever you're doing these sites, you want to be fully modded on all your units. So I'm going to take all of the Xenoplague stuff that I can put in there. There we go. We're going to mod these guys up. So that takes a turn. And then I'm not going to jump in straight away. I'm going to get into sort of position because there's 2 things I need to do. The first one is rapid maneuverability. I need the Valkyries. And the reason why will become very clear when we actually do the site. So I need those Valkyries. And then on my society research, I was doing accelerated force deployment, but what I want is Dawn of a New Union so that I can get the Hero Resurrection Protocol. The Hero Resurrection Protocol is really important when you're doing sites because you can only take in 1 army, and there's a really good chance that you will lose your heroes. So you want to make sure you can pull them back with all their original stats. So we're going to research that, and that's going to take 3 turns. So that means I can go in after 2 turns, because by the time I've done it, then there'll be another turn, and then I'll have it available to me. So that's the plan there. I have an army up here that is going to start wandering off towards this site. We might as well, as it's not doing anything at the moment. And then my commander, Vanessa, is up here, and I've got a quest to just quickly do. So that should be just an auto-combat job. Yeah, low-risk battle. So we'll just auto-combat that. There we go. Oh, excellent. So I've got a Venom Sniper as well, which is a brilliant rifle. Although I've got a pretty good sniper rifle for Vanessa already, but it's good to have. And then we're just going to move to there. There we go, that's done. And then eventually I'm going to sort of head on down here and get to the Peace and Justice installation. So for this episode, we're going to be doing sites, and that way you're going to see plenty of manual combat. And I'm not expecting anything to happen from my neighbors. So my only neighbors at the moment, I've got Hanneke, Hanneke Yudzist, and Robin. So Hanneke Yudzist is to my left here, or to the west. And he's kind of really encroaching on my borders. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. But we have a non-aggression pact at the moment, so that's okay. And then Robin is over here to the east. So you can see just the edge of her territory there. And we've got mountains between her and my colony, so I'm not too bothered. There's another border over here, but I haven't met anybody from that area yet, so I'm not quite sure who it is. Looking at that, it could be Assembly. I don't know. We'll find out anyway. So that's where we're at. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move forwards those 2 turns, get those skills that I need, that research that I need, get my guy deployed, my colonizer, and we'll catch up in a minute. Right, so we jumped forwards a couple of turns. We're at turn 40. I've got my Valkyries. I'm 1 turn away from getting Dawn of the New Union. So I got my Hero Resurrection. So I'm ready to do the Cyberbank BIOS. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in and first we're going to enter Yeah, we don't care because we've got a non-aggression pact. As you can see, it's a risky battle. So what I'm going to do is I'm doing auto combat, see what kind of outcome we got from that, and then I think I'll do it in manual combat afterwards. Unless everything comes out fine, then we're good. But let's do an auto combat. And I lost. Okay, so we want to retry that and see if I can actually succeed using my Valkyries. Now these, I find this site particularly difficult to do with the synthesis guys, but with the Vanguard, I have found that the best approach to take is normally to go on two flanks. The Vanguard are very maneuverable, and so it means that you can flank normally pretty easily. So we're going to get our troopers over here and we're going to pop them in Overwatch. We're going to take this bike and we're going to go even further to the side, right over there. Then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to just run my postules forwards so they can kind of be just cannon fodder, essentially. Let's move them forwards another one. There we go. Then I'm going to take my my hero and pop them just behind there. And then we're going to obscure. I'm going to put a blur cloud on this chap here. I've forgotten his name. And then we're going to move the bike up a little bit. I don't want to rush into the situation. There we go. All right, so that's everybody in place. And what we're going to do is we're going to end our turn and let them come to us. Right, good. So we managed to resist that, so that's good. Right, good. So good old Overwatch. Gotta love the Overwatch on the Vanguard. All right, so that's been compromised. Those guys have been dropped down.
Operations available.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to drop some Valkyries. Now, the thing with the Valkyries is that they can do 3 things on their first drop. So this is kind of really important. So essentially what they can do is they can do damage when they land. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop them somewhere where they do damage to 2 units. There we go. So we're going to drop the Valkyries right there. Boom. So we've already done some damage. Now, what we can do with the Valkyries is we can do this thing here called the Assault Jump. The Assault Jump allows them to jump and then they get a +3 to their shields. So it's great for flanking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump behind... Which unit's going to think? I think it's going to cause me the most problems. Probably this avatar thing. So let's go that way. There we go. And now I can do a flanking attack. So they are really, really handy. Then on top of that, normally you've only got 6 armies you can bring. I've now got 7. So seven. So that gives me an immediate advantage. And then I've got, let's see, 10 tactical operations, so I can drop 2 more Valkyries, unless I need to do repairs or something like that, which really can turn the tide. So what we're going to do now is we're going to see if we can get... no, we don't want to infect those guys. Let's infect this chap here. Our postules are still alive, so that's a good thing. Right, then what we're going to try and do is... I need to focus on these guys up here. So, okay, we can 60% take that. Right, and then I'm going to take my assault bike and I'm going to go into a proper flank up here, I think. And I should be able to get a really good flank shot. So let's do that.
Enemy neutralized.
Right, so that's one taken care of. And now... let's see, do I want... yeah, I want to come in because I can flank. So let's move forwards one so I get still get all my points. I'm going to do a flank there. And then this chap down at the back. We could do a reset. I haven't used any of my abilities yet. So what we'll do is I think we can get a shot in. So let's go to here and let's get a shot on this guy. And missed. Okay. Right, so, I've still got a turn here as well. I don't want to move him in a position where he's going to be... okay, I just have to put him into... okay, right. That's right, he was compromised. Right, sorry pustules, you were meant to be cannon fodder. Right, so hopefully my Valkyries are going to gain some attention.
Enemy down.
Right, so I need to take good care of my bike. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop our Valkyries again. So let's, where are my Valkyries? There we go. Now I'm thinking, yeah, I can drop the Valkyries here and do some damage on these guys. And then, once again, I'm going to do my assault jump, and I'm going to jump behind this unit. And then I can then do my strike. Excellent. Now my bike, I want to try and keep my bike alive. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull the bike back a bit, I think. Decisions. I don't want to... I might be able to just do enough damage from here. Let's have a look. It's not going to be enough. So... Right, well, we're going to go for the flank anyway. And we can do some pretty bad damage to these guys. Not quite enough to take that guy out, which is a shame because that would have really helped. All right, so what we're going to do then is we're just going to focus on these guys. We've got a 95% chance. And then at least they're kind of properly whittled down. Unless my bike can come into the rescue. Yeah, let's just drive my hero in. Still not enough to take him out. Right, so now we've got to focus on this side. I've got one guy on his own here. So what we're going to do is we're going to move him a little bit further away. Move him around to this place here. Then we should be able to at least... Oh, he's still compromised. Okay. So what I can do is let me move forwards to this guy. And let's get a healing charge on. That should hopefully clear out that for the next turn. Right, so we've got our Valkyries deployed. Let me see, have I got anybody I've forgotten? Oh yeah, my Valkyries. So there we go. So once again, we've got a flank here, so that's great. So we're making good progress at the moment. So far, we've only lost the pustules. We're going to lose the bike, I think. So we shall see how this plays out.
Enemy eliminated.
Oh, excellent. So my Valkyries did an overwatch and saved my bike. So that was brilliant.
Unit destroyed.
Oh, and the guy at the back took him out. All right, fair enough. Right, so let's get our Valkyries in again. So what we're going to do is we've still got one more set of Valkyries to deploy. So we are going to deploy... we're going to have to deal with this guy. So let's drop on him because he's going to take a lot of hit points to deal with. So we might as well now, my Valkyries, what we're going to do is we're going to do a jump just to here, just so I get my assault shields up and running. And then I'm going to get a flank. Right, we've then got to deal with these guys over here. So my Valkyries can probably do that. Actually, no, we're going to send my Valkyries onto these guys to keep this guy at the back occupied. There we go. And with the bike is going to just take these guys out with one... Oh, I've used my other Valkyries. Okay. That's alright, that works. Except I kept this guy alive, which is not what I wanted. So we're gonna zoom up here. And he's still compromised. So can my bike get in? Yeah, my bike can get in here. And we can hopefully take him out. Not quite. So, do I want to take a flanking shot? No. What I need to do is I need to focus on getting this guy. So if I come up here, I've still got no line of sight. That is bizarre. Okay, what we'll do is we'll put an overwatch on then. And as soon as he moves, we should be fine. And then we are going to run my little guy round the back. And we're going to obscure these troopers to try and protect them from this dude. There we go. All right, and I've still got one tactical operation left, which I think I can use for one of my healers. Okay, it would have been nice if I could have taken him out. There we go. So my Valkyries have taken the damage there again. So they're kind of taking the focus away.
Enemy killed. Enemy
My
annihilated.
Overwatch triggered over there. Right, so... Okay, this hero's in not too clever a state. So what we can do is we can use our combat assist. And that's going to give him some extra shields. There we go. Right, and now we are going to focus... Yeah, so we're going to try and get rid of this guy here. There we go, we can do it in one shot.
Enemy neutralized.
There we go. And then we are going to use our Valkyries. So these guys have been compromised. Can I move around? I can move to here. There we go. That should... Oh, he's still compromised. Okay. Let's use our nano injectors. And then let's get a flanking shot if we can. And then we're going to... These guys are going to trigger an Overwatch. So let's get this guy in as well. And we're just going to throw everything at this guy now. Ideally, I want my Valkyries, which are disposable, to be the focus of the damage. There we go, so I can get those in as well. That's it. So far I've lost a pustule and a bike, so that's not bad going.
Enemy neutralized.
There we go, and the
Our
Valkyries
forces are victorious.
Right, so there we go. So that was the end result. So you can see that's a much better result. I won, and I won pretty decisively as well. To come out of one of these sites with only 2 losses is pretty good. So that's good. So all my guys need a bit of healing up now, so we're going to do the focus on that. What I'm going to do is I'll take the reward, and I'm going to head back to Dubor and build a few more reinforcements. What I can do now, though, is I can annex this landmark, and that's going to give me all the production bonuses. So that's brilliant. So we're going to now move on. I'm going to wait a turn, and then we're going to go and attack the Peace and Justice installation on the next turn. Give a chance for my other guys to heal. We're going to drop this guy in here and do the site. So that's just 3 turns where he's just tied up. So there we go. So that's underway, and I'll catch up with you on the next turn. Turn 41, and as you can see now, the Cyberbank BIOS is now been annexed. And if we go into our Dubor colony, you will see that I have all the slots already. So as I now build up all of my my colonists in my colony, then I'm going to be able to fill up all of these production slots. So I think I'm going to start specializing soon. So I'll have one focused on food, one focused on research, etc. And then I'll be able to focus this completely on production. On top of that, I get the bonuses. So if we go into our sectors, you can see that Matron Trees is this one where I had the +3 bonus, the level 3 bonus, and this one is a level 5 bonus. So going back into my colony, I can now add, let's say, Military Engineering Guild level 5, which gives me a -30% on my production cost for non-elite units, and they all get 2 armor. So we're going to get that for definite. Yeah, we'll produce that, please. And then I also have the ability to drop the civil engineering down, so my colony structures can drop to -20%, and I get another +2 for each colony. So we're going to do that, and now basically what we have is a colony that is a literally powerhouse of production. So that's going to be brilliant for churning out armies, and I'm going to get a +2 armor bonus on those armies as well. Okay, then up here we now have Nebin, so that's my new colony, and I'm focusing on making that a research colony, as you can see. So that's Central Science Lab. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go into Peace and Justice and see if we can repeat the process and see if we can do as well. So let's go ahead and do this. So let's roll in here. And yeah, I would love +60 research and 6 slots. Brilliant. So we're going to do the same as before. We're going to do an auto combat. We're going to see how it looks. We're in basically, we've only got 1,200. They've got 1,300. So let's see how that pans out. Well, they won in... decisively, so you know what, I can handle that. Well, let's do it. Let's see if I can match their standards. So we're going to do a retry, and I said I was going to demonstrate the manual combats. Normally I would have just taken that, but as we're doing the video, let's focus on doing a demonstration and seeing if I can pull this off. Right, so once again, got the Vanguard. We're going to flank. So we're going to pull some units to each side so that they don't attack as a group. Generally, I find with these sites, if you go straight up the middle, they just overpower you. So we're going to get our guys... We're just going to pop them over here and pop them into an Overwatch. Then we're going to take our bike, exactly like before. We're going to pop him up here, I think. And I don't think I can reach yet on anything. No, so yeah, we're just going to go to defense mode. Then my hero, I'm going to move my hero over here and go into defense. Then my troopers, yeah, we're going to run up the stairs here. I don't think I'm going to get a good overwatch from there, unfortunately, but I can still get a little bit. There we go. My owl, let's move my owl over the top of Vanessa there. And I think I'm too far away to do a targeting field at the moment. Yeah. And then my destroyers, you know what, we're going to keep them in the middle, and because then I can decide to which side they need to run to assist. So there you go. So we're good to go. So we're going to end our turn and see what they do. Okay, as you can see up here on the left-hand side, we get this Firestorm missile as well, which is going to launch every 2 turns. And that's not going to be too helpful for us. Oh wow, my hero's taking damage already. Okay, everyone's missing my bike at the moment, so that's good.
Available.
Right, so time to deploy our Valkyries. So I think the place we're going to deploy our Valkyrie is, we're going to pop her right there. And then we can jump behind this dude and attack that guy, I think. So let's do that. And can I, and I can't attack this guy because he's airborne. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump. We're going to jump behind this one, I think, and we're going to attack this unit. There we go. Right, so that's that done. Now, they seem pretty good protected up there, so yeah, if we can get burning on this guy, that would be handy, as he's got quite a lot of hit points. And we've got no line of sight, so if we move out a little bit, we can get some shots on there as well. Okay, good. So that's that side taken care of. Oh, we're getting quite a lot of hits in there. That's good. Good stuff. Right, now, I don't like where my hero is at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up my guys to here. And I'm going to get a shot in. Oh, I should have... that was silly of me. One of the first things I should have done was put a targeting field on this guy. Right, and I'm worried about this tank, you see. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move back a bit because I've got a sniper. Except I can't shoot because I haven't got enough action points. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll use my provisional weapon augments. Can I use that on myself? No, I can't use it on myself, which is annoying. Alright, what we'll do is we'll use it on the destroyers then. And what we're going to do is we're going to move our destroyers in. So they're kind of a bit more cannon fodder. Oh. Easy to make mistakes. Right, I'm going to move my destroyers in so they are cannon fodder. So let's see if we can get some plague pods in there. There we go. And then on the next turn, I will get my Valkyries in behind these two. And then hopefully that's going to distract them a little bit. Okay, so yeah, so my destroyers are taking the damage. My bike up there has been pretty sturdy. Oh, wow. Okay, there goes my hero. Luckily it's Vanessa, so she's going to respawn. So I'm not too worried, but it's just whether I can still finish this without her. That was like a one shot. That was bad news. Okay, so let's focus. Get our Valkyries. Right, and this time we're going to drop the Valkyrie behind the tank, I think. Yeah, this tank and this What's his situation like? Yeah, this. I'm going to focus on these tanks, I think. So we're going to drop the Valkyrie there. And then we're going to do an assault jump right into here. And then I'm going to flank this one. And I'm going to use this one to flank that one. There we go. Hopefully that's a one shot. Okay, we've got defense on that. Right, now. These guys, I think they melt some armor if I use the bite. And let me see. Yeah, this guy's got 3 armor. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the spit to try and remove some of that armor. And then these guys should be able to take him out. There we go. Okay, excellent.
Enemy down.
So that leaves over here my bike. And let's see, how much damage are we going to do? We're not going to do... Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to kill this guy in one go. So what we're going to do is I'm going to move him round to the back there. So we get a flanking shot at 95%. And then we're going to move these troopers up here because this seems to be quite a well-protected area. And we can't take those guys out the side in one. So I'm going to focus my fire on this one. Simply because I should be able to then use my owl to hopefully finish him off. Yeah. Okay, so we're left with 2 tanks. This guy, who's a stalker. I'm not so good with my assemblies. And another stalker. Okay, and I still have 1 Valkyrie in hand. So let's end the turn. Alright, well that was handy. The firestorm hit their unit, so a little bit of luck going my way. Alright, that bike I don't think is going to survive for very long. But my Valkyries are doing great, so I'm pleased about that. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our Valkyries. I'm going to drop another Valkyrie. There's nothing... there's still this tank left. So if I take my Valkyrie... And we're going to grab it there. We're going to drop it right onto the tank there. So we do a bit of damage. And then once again, we're going to do our jump. We're going to jump over to this side. And we're going to attack this tank. So let's do that. Then I've got to decide. Yeah, I think I'm going to use this Valkyrie on this tank too. Even though he's got these extra shields though, so can I no, I can't finish off this guy, but decisions. I'm going to keep the Valkyrie onto this guy to keep him busy. Like I said, it doesn't matter if I lose my Valkyries, so I can now then focus on trying to get this stalker off, which I should hopefully be able to now do with my troopers. Okay, and he's respawned. Now, there you go. My owl is the hero of the day. My owl is a killer. He is just taking everybody out. I'm not going to be able to rush. I'm going to try and rush these guys over as far as I can. See if I can get them to do something on the next round. Okay, so let's pause that and let's move on. Okay, so he's healed a little bit.
Unit lost.
Okay, the bike's finally given up the ghost.
Unit destroyed.
There we go. The Valkyrie took the attention there. Right, so there's not much left to do now, I don't think. I think we can do this. Can I get my owl to get another kill shot? I want my owl to be the baddest owl ever. There we go. Off you go, mate. That's it.
Enemy down.
So just keeping myself entertained. That's what gaming is about, right? Okay, let's go up there. Valkyrie strike. In the back. Whack. There we go. And I've got another Valkyrie around that I can jump in. My Valkyrie's too far away, I think. Yeah, okay, we'll just move you up anyway. Oh, there was that guy down there. Ah. Hang on, these guys can take care of him, hopefully. Come on, 35% chance. Ah, it's XCOM all over again. Come on, get one shot in. Ah. Okay, well you guys can hopefully take care of this. Right, so that's going to take one more turn. But as I've got one operation left, we're just going to make sure our troopers over here are taken care of. There we go. And then we're going to end the turn. Yep, just pop into people into defense mode. And what we're going to do, you've guessed it, my owl is going to come in for the kill shot. One more time. Owl for the win. Come on, 43%. Yeah,
Enemy
you can trust the owl. All right, so okay, there we go. So yeah, I lost my hero, but I didn't because it's Vanessa, so she's going to come back. But I'm still happy with that. That was pretty good. Hopefully you got a good demonstration there of how I fight with the Vanguard. The other thing as well, I didn't even see what weapon that was. I was so busy clicking. But it means now that I'll be able to take this level 5 research when Nebin is ready to annex another sector, which will hopefully be pretty soon, as it's the first sector. I am currently training up my regenerative stimulation so I can get these guys, the Biospore Purification, which heals 30 and grants 10 vitality. So that is really, really handy to have. It's only a once per battle thing, but if I use my little pug, then I can reset that ability. And then after that, I think we'll build some tanks, because tanks are great for invading. And then we may look at sort of things like hyper-accelerate evolution and the Plague Lord mutation. So there you go. So I'm going to move forwards a few turns. And I'm going to focus on getting, I think, this site sorted as well. So I'm going to get my armies up here sorted. I've got plenty of Cosmite as well. So I need to actually make sure that all of my units have been upgraded, and I will deal with that in due course. Yes, I could potentially upgrade some of these. I'll definitely upgrade the gunship. So the gunship, we're going to want the flechettes. I'm going to put the rail accelerators on, and we're going to put the combat sensors on, just more so it's harder to hit and it gives it that extra armor. So we'll do that for now. They're not the greatest mods, but that will do. Alright, catch up with you in a few turns. Turn 43, and one of the things I literally just noticed was Vanessa, because she's still recuperating, is up in the clouds. I've never noticed that before. I literally, just as I checked just now before starting the camera rolling, I noticed that, and it did make me smile. The reason why I was checking this screen is because I've met 6RO. I think that's a 6, right? Yeah, 6RO. She's not happy with me, but unfortunately I can't make any pronouncements at the moment because I'm recovering. But I'm only one turn away, and then I'll be making some compliments. As you can see, I've got loads of influence, so I can put that to good use and keep everybody on board. In the meantime, though, I remembered that I've got this site to do, the Heavy Weapons Factory, which would give me another plus 20 production, and I also get +1 armor on my heavy units. So that's another one that I want to get sorted. And just before I go and do that, I've now prioritized all my colonies. So Icton is now my food colony, as you can see, and I am sharing half so that my other colonies don't have to worry about food. Dubois, which is my production colony, is looking proper healthy. As you can see, look, I'm filling up all these slots nicely. I'm at +210 now. So I'm getting close to the point where I can build non-elite units in one turn. So that's brilliant. Austenville over here is focusing on research, and I'm at +195 for my research. That's not too bad. That's going to jump a lot once I specialize Nebin, which I'm not doing just yet because I need to build the military infrastructure and also the repeater defense turrets. Always want those as a base. So once that's done, then I will start reallocating these. And then Warrington is my energy one. So that's focused on producing my energy. And as you can see, I'm pretty healthy on energy. I've got over 1,000, so that's excellent. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go in and attack here. Now, I've only got 5 armies. It seems silly not to take a 6th one. Now, it'll take me a while to produce, but I do have a strategic operation called Emergency Recon. And that gets me an owl. And considering how well the owl did for me last time, I'll have an owl, please. So we're going to launch that. and we're going to get him to join our crew. There we go. And we're going to go off and do this site, I think. So let's have a look. Enter. Risky battle again. Oh, I hate these guys. These guys are so hard. Okay, let's see how it does in auto combat. Please. Okay, alright, so let's go in and see if we can do this. I'm going to get badly hurt. I never do well against these Promethean guys. This guy here drops so much fire and just burns everything to the ground. Always causes me loads of problems, along with his tank as well. But we will see. We're going to use our Valkyrie method and our flanking, and we're going to see if this works for us. Oh, I've got no operations available either, so I've got no Valkyries. No, that's okay. I've still got a way to turn. I was panicking. You can see the stress is getting to me. All right, so we'll... I don't want to put them near that thing. That's going to blow up. So even the flanking is going to be hard here. Okay, we're just going to move them to the side then, I think. Let's see, you guys run around there and set up an overwatch. We'll just... I'm going to keep everything fairly far apart just because... Selecting the wrong one. Simply because the damage that thing does as an area of effect is so nasty. Now, sentence target. -2 resistance in all damage channels. Okay, well, we're going to want to use that. So we're going to try and bring him forwards. And can I get that in now? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to sentence him straight away. And then we're going to bring our bike. I think I'm going to put the bike over here. And I think we are going to obscure our troopers. Okay, they're slightly out of range. Let's move forwards a little bit. And can I still obscure them? No, they're still out of range. Let's go a little bit further. Let's go over. Trying to move without. There we go. Can I reach them now? There we go. Let's put the blur cloud in. And then my owl. We're going to want to do some sentencing, some targeting field on that guy. So we're going to move him over here. And I don't think I can reach with the targeting field just yet. No. Okay, so we're going to pop that down. Right, and hopefully I can get my Valkyries. It's not going to be one of these sites where I'm not allowed to pull them out. Okay. No, don't go after my owl. Okay, so you see there's all the burning. All the burning starting again.
Operations available.
So I've got burning ground everywhere. But we're going to get the Valkyries in here, I think. So we are going to drop a Valkyrie right next to this tank here. Can I do that? I'm trying to do damage to two things at once, but... Okay, well we can damage these guys at the back here at least. So let's do that. And then we're going to do a quick little hop. I'm going to hop over here. And we're going to flank this guy. Okay, right, so let me zoom round. Okay, he's on burning ground. Okay, we've done the sentencing already. We can get... That's not going to do very much in the way of damage. So what we're going to do is we're going to move out with that burning ground at least. And we are going to sentence something else. Let's do this sentence these guys because I should be able to get them with my troopers. So, there we go. Result. Good. That's one less. At least this unit's not going to catch me by surprise. Now, I'm coming at the wrong angle. There we go. I get a bit of view now. Okay, I need to move off this burning ground. So we're going to move over here with the pug. And do I want to heal? Yeah, we're going to put a healing charge on this guy. And then we're going to move our bike. And we're going to move our bike to, let's see. I'm going to go quite a way over just to try and keep everything spread out. Unfortunately, I moved a little bit too far away to... Okay. Got to make sure I don't focus too much effort on this guy. I've got to make sure the other guys get taken out as well. My owl. Move back one. Just get a little bit more distance. There we go. Get a shot in. I should have used my targeting field. Okay, I think we should YOLO. Yeah, we're going to YOLO in with the hero and see if we can get, yeah, we can get some damage. Get 12 with that, and we get 12 with this, and we get a flank. Okay, so far so good. Let's see how it plays out. I think that's everybody moved. Here comes the tank. Right, so these guys are now taken out of action. Okay, this guy's going to create some Overwatch issues. Okay, there's VAR at the back of just sitting back at the moment, which actually helps me. My poor little owl. Yeah, everyone's going after my hero here. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is, again, we're going to drop our Valkyries. And this time we can drop them hopefully somewhere a little bit more useful. So we're going to damage our own Valkyries there. We could drop them there. So it seems to do a bit more damage on this side, which is bizarre. Yeah, we're going to drop them in here. There we go. And we don't care about burning ground for these girls. So we're going to just jump straight across, and we're going to get another strike in here. Then we're going to take the Valkyrie up the back here. Okay, let's start taking out these smaller units, because otherwise they're going to keep shooting with us. Okay, I should now remember to use a targeting field. So if I use the targeting field, and I can do a rocket. There we go, loads of damage with the rocket. 50% chance. So what we'll do is we'll move them around to the back here. We should get a slightly better shot. There we go, 90%. Okay,
Enemy
so we've
down.
taken care of those guys. Now, what I need, I'm going to use my nanite injectors to give myself a little bit of a boost there. And I'm really struggling to do damage to these guys. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run away down here. And we're going to focus on taking these guys out. And then my hero here, once again, we're going to move a little bit out of range. We've got good range with this gun, so I can move quite a way back. I'd rather do that and try and keep him out of range, just keep taking shots at him. And has everybody moved? I think that is everybody. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to end the turn, and we've got one more set of one more Valkyrie to come down. So there we go, we lost the Valkyrie. Come on, Al, you've got to stay alive for me. I'll try and repair him with my pug in a little while. Okay, so one more Valkyrie to go. So once again, we're going to drop this Valkyrie right behind these two. And this time, I'm not going to jump onto burning ground. I'm going to, come on, there we go. We're going to jump just behind here. Get another flanking shot. Right, now we've got to decide whether, so if I sentence these guys, then my Valkyrie here should be able to take care of them. Should she take care of them? No. So, I do 2-5. Yeah, I may be able to take these guys out with the bike. And then my, there we go. Okay.
Enemy
Right,
annihilated.
that's that taken care of. And I'm busy burning down here, that's not good. So, can I heal myself, or is it just a target unit? Yeah, it's just a let's heal the pug. Come on, my owl. My owl's doing so good. And then we're going to get an extra shot in. And do slightly more damage. Yeah, I've got to decide which one I'm going to go for. I think we're going to go for the tank. I'm going to obscure my owl. This is the hero of the day. And my owl is going to do a little pea shooter shot, but it's going to help. If I get through this, I'll be amazed. Now, oh look at this, I can get a shot from the side here. Now my troopers have woken up again. Yeah, that's much more promising. At the moment my other hero can stay alive and deal with these guys back, and then we can deal with those guys back here later, and I can then flank on these guys. Okay, so I think that's everybody. Have I got a Valkyrie that's left to move? Nope, that is everybody. Okay, we move on. So yeah, on this episode we're getting loads of manual combat, so not always the case with these videos. A lot of times it's mostly strategy.
Unit destroyed.
So it's nice to be able to get quite a bit of manual combat in here. There we go. You tried to get my owl and it did not work. Alright, so we're going to get our troopers. Right, let's sentence you. So let's move you back one. Got the Overwatch. Sentence you. And if I remember rightly, my sentencing reduces the ability to take damage. Okay, we're almost there with that unit. So let me move my pug back. Okay, you've always got the range with the Vanguard, so almost. Okay, let's get the owl in for the kill shot. There we
Enemy
go.
eliminated.
That's going to be my signature move now, I think. Right, now what we want to do is we want this guy to be flanked. So, can we get a shot in? Okay, I can move to here, get a shot that way, and do a flank. Then I can get my Valkyrie in there as well. Another flank shot, and then hopefully my hero from back here, not quite enough damage. If I move forwards one, I'm going to get into range of his fire. So, yeah, we're going to have to just... What happens if I get a grenade? How much damage do I do? Not enough. Okay. Right, so I've got an operation as well. So, let's do the combat assist on my hero back here, as he could do with a bit of help. Alright, and now we can end our turn.
Unit
Right,
killed
so
in action.
another Valkyrie down, but that's okay. Right, now he's not looking too healthy. So, Owl for the final blow. Go Owl. There we go.
Down.
See, I'm glad I brought the Owl along. It's coming really good. And then we need to start rushing all these guys forwards. Oh, we've got a heal on that one. So we'll do that. We're going to move, I'm going to move my guy back because he doesn't need to be in the line of fire. So we're going to move him all the way back. And he's got a tactical repair rig. So we can apply it to the other hero. And then we're going to move that hero forwards. Might as well stay within our shooting range so we can get into defense mode. We're going to sentence that because in 2 turns we'll be able to do something. So we'll do the sentencing. And we're going to get our troopers to move forwards and to drop in an Overwatch. There we go. And I've got our little pug back here. We can do a resupply charge. So can I do a resupply charge? Let's get a little bit closer. And I can do a resupply charge on him. And then he may be able to use some of his abilities later. Alright, so that's that done. Yeah. And turn. Alright, I think it's time to start rushing. Okay, yeah, so I've got all my abilities back on this one. So we want to, first of all, use our nanite injectors. Get ourselves healed back up. Then we're going to move forwards. And we're not quite in range. But we might be able to get a rocket. Yeah, we can get a rocket in there. That's good. 43%. Didn't do anything. Right, let's get our guys up on the high ground there. Can we get a decent shot in? 65%. I'll take that. And we've got potential bleeding as well. We've got bleeding as well. So one way or the other, these guys are going down. They can hunker down as much as they like, but they're not going to survive this. So we're just going to YOLO in. Missed. Okay, who have I got left? We've got to bring the owl in. That's why. The owl's got to come to the rescue. So we're going to move him as far forward as we can. And he'll sort everything out. Okay, we'll be able to do, on the next turn, we'll do a targeting field. And he'll save the day, as always. We've got one move left with this guy. So we're going to just put ourselves into defense mode. And we're going to rush you forwards. And hopefully I can get a blur cloud on my owl. No, he's slightly out of range. Okay, well we can get a blur cloud on this guy here. Right, so that's done. And we're going to end our turn. We're going to come out of the little hidey hole, from one hidey hole into the next. You can't hurt the owl. The owl's going to get you. So you can almost do you in one turn already. So, flanked. And you're down.
Enemy eliminated.
So there we go.
They
So
never stood a chance.
that was definitely a better result. I came out with all my units. I didn't lose a single unit. So that is much better than I expected. I hope you enjoyed that. That was a little bit tense at one moment. And look at that. I've got all these extra bonuses as well. I've got an excavator tank and perspective. I don't play the Dvad very much, so it's going to be good experimenting with them. But I now have the heavy weapons, heavy unit bonus as well. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to regroup again and catch up with you in a few turns, I think. I think it's almost time for us to start thinking about attacking somebody because we're looking in a fairly good position at the moment, I think. So let's see where it goes. We're now at turn 45, and I thought this would be a good time just to give you an update of kind of where I'm going with everything. So one of the things that I haven't done recently is talked about my research. So where I've been going with the research is I did the regenerative stimulation so that I could get this, the Biospore Purification, which is a really, really good healing mod that you can put onto your units. It gives me plus 10 vitality and heals for 30. I've trained up my tanks, so now I can get tanks, but I need to train up the elite military facility for my colony, so I need to build that, and then I can build myself some tanks, which is great. And then I'm doing now expedited germination, more so I get some strategic operations that are able to do damage. So this one converts a pustule into a destroyer, so it's a great way of upgrading a unit very early on. But also you get the fungal spore bomb, which is really, really good on colonies. It reduces their ability to produce and their economic income and stuff like that. So that's a good one to do kind of long-term damage to an enemy. Then once that's done, I am going to be doing the non-refracting lasers because these are brilliant. They give you plus 20% damage. One aims at, one strips armor, one strips shields, depending on which one you want. So this one's the armor one. This one, the shield breaker, is the one that strips shields. So they're really, really handy, especially as a lot of my units I've been putting into bikes. And with the bikes, if you take a look at those, you can see I've got 29 damage on my focused laser array. And that's because as a hero, I have done, let me go to learned. I've got up to range specialist 3, which gives me like bonuses all the way up. And then, if we cancel that, I then have the hard light module, which gives me 20% damage on my ability. And I have the incinerator module, which gives me another 10%. So all of that stacks up to 29 damage from each of my heroes, which is brilliant. So that's really, really good. So that's what I'm going to do now is focus on kind of the lasers. So the tanks as well are laser, and I can use those mods and do a hell of a lot of damage. Now, I've just recruited a new hero. So I've got 30 skill points to use, so I thought this would be a good time to show you the kind of things that I normally put on my heroes, especially the Vanguard. So, first up, Vitality 1, 2 and 3. Goes without saying, you want you guys to be tough. Range Specialist 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so that's straight up what we need to do. We then want Piloting, so that we can get those assault bikes, and that leaves us with 1 skill point. Now that to me is everything I need to just be tough and to be able to keep going. The most important thing with your units, your heroes at first, is make sure they can stay alive, make sure they can do damage on their own. Those are your priorities. Once that's done, then we can start doing things like infantry commander, ground commander, the things that affect lots of other units. And normally all of these apply for when your hero is leading their own army. So it's normally kind of later in the game that you want to start bringing these in. because normally you'll end up with a sort of 1 or 2 heroes in an army at the kind of early to mid game. So what we're going to do is we're going to confirm that. We're going to put some mods on. So we've got this dazzling rifle that's going to go. We're going to put an assault biker there instead. And you can see we've got the focus laser array at 24. So we're going to put on the incinerator module. We're going to put in the hard light module. And there you go, we're at 29. And then what we will do is we'll use our biospore purifications as well. So we've got enough cosmite for that. Job done. And then we're going to take her over to here as my plan now. Oh, by the way, and let's go back to the society research as well. Let me just cover that. So I did Dawn of a New Union. This is the last time we talked about it. I did accelerated force deployment so I can move really quickly through my colonies. And then I did intelligence gathering just so that I can then get onto espionage when I need it, which is the research taps and the siphon. But what I really wanted next was operation effectiveness, so I get more tactical operations. Once that's done, I will then be doing anthropologic research so I can get my cosmite growth chambers, because I'm going to need cosmite so I can mod my armies and get them as powerful as possible. Especially the elite units require cosmite to build as well. So as you can see right now, I'm building that elite military facility so that I can get my tanks, which I will get in 3 turns. And I've done all my colony specialization, so you can see that I've got plus 250 now with all those bonuses. And if we go back to my production, you can see, look at this, it takes 1 turn for me to build all of these units. So that is really, really powerful, and that's going to come in really, really handy, especially as now I've got a new hero. I want to get 5 armies, 5 units just like that, get them into that army and get them modded up, and then we can go and attack. Now I'm going to go and check out what's his face here? I've forgotten his name again. Hanneke. Okay, we're going to go and see. She's back on the ground now. Hanneke. So Hanneke is a Heritor by the looks of it. And we've got an army of 667 there. We've got an army power of 788. So they're not looking too powerful. Also, I've got a spare army up here, which was in this site. Unfortunately, I completed the site and it gave a research bonus to Hanneke. So not too smart. So anyway, this hero here, Lucia is going to be coming round, and I'm going to make sure that she's got piloting as well as a skill, because she's only got a venom rifle, does 14 damage. We want to get her into a bike. So we've got everybody on lasers. So I'm going to have to go over to Warrington and then come down. And then finally, I've got my little owl down here. He's my little scout owl. I'm going to send him round this corner and up through this gap to here. And then I can deploy a monitor in this area, and then I can hopefully see what's over here to the west, because I don't know where the capital is yet for Hanneke, and I can see the army levels there. Once I've got a good idea of the amount of strength that Hanneke has, I may then just head west and do a little bit of an expansion, I think. So let's move forward a few turns, see what's going on there, and then we'll possibly wrap it up, because I think we're about the point now where it's a good time to wrap up. So let's do that, and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, we're at turn 49, and I think we're getting to a crunch point now. So you can see I've started assembling all my armies here, and they're not just sitting around doing nothing, because if you remember, with my colonies, I got something called a combat simulation center, where all my units are busy getting experience whilst they're sitting there. So it's not a big deal for them to be just kicking around, kicking their heels, because they're getting experience. And you can see I've got 3 full armies already, and I'm busy, this one I'm busy building up at the moment, and I now have the elite military thingamajiggy, that's the name of it, it's the thingamajiggy, which means I can build my laser tanks. So there's 1, 2 there, I need to build 1 more, I think. We're going to have an army of tanks. There we go, so they take 20 cosmite every turn, but I've just started my society research, and I'm getting cosmite level 2, which will give me another +5 on my cosmite production, which is great. And because my capital is not my production facility, that means that I can get that sorted pretty quickly. And also, as you can see, it only takes 2 turns for me to build a laser tank. So in the next 5 turns, I will have 3 more tanks, and then hopefully by then I'll have built up enough cosmite each turn to then be able to mod them up as well. Now, what we're looking at here is up here, we have a unit here which is Hanneke himself, just all on his own up here with an army of 906. And then I noticed that down here there are 3 heroes right here. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. With a combined army power of only 935. So those guys are separated. Now, what I was about to do was to move my owl, my trusty little owl, floating owl here. Now, there we go. So I can see there's only an army of 1 there. And then, let me see if I can find the capital. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deploy a monitor.
Primed and ready.
I'm going to launch that. I'm going to try and launch it as far this way as possible on top of these mountains. There we go. I can see the capital. So, there's nobody there. And so we've got an army there of like nothing. We've got these guys down here. We've got 935. And then up here with Hanneke, we've got 906. So, I am going to war. Already Hanneke's not happy with me because I wasn't paying attention, and also Vanessa was away for a while. My standings went down and broke our non-aggression pact. So you know what? That suits me just fine. So what we're going to do is we are going to... Actually, no, we'll wait to insult, but we will do that soon. But part 3, War with the Kyoko. See you there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you'll join me for part 3. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon if you want notifications. And then do the whole like, don't like thing. All right, that's it for now. See you soon. Bye-bye.